Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I am your host, Disco Potato, coming at you live from the esports training room. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back in action in Missoula. If you were here with us early in the week, I was away from the keyboard, but alas, I have returned. Now, today we have a nice, sweet game of Overwatch for you today. It was, we didn't have a game yesterday, but we do have one today for y'all. We have Bushnell University against the University of Montana. Now, our Overwatch team hasn't been doing too hot lately, but hopefully we can pull it in strong because, hey, that's the Griz spirit, and that's what we can do. Ooh. Twitch crashing for a minute. Oh, thank you, Twitch. That's rough, Kintsugi. Kintsugi? Is it Kintsugi or Kintsugi? Real question. I think it's G. Kintsugi. Alright, looks like people are picking off characters left and right. We have Artemus and Nerf Herder, who are our support players. We have Loadman and Goobinator as our tanks, and Bohemian and Emo Kid. Oh no, looks like Goobinator and Emo Kid are actually switching their position. Goobinator and Bohemian are going to be our DPS with Loadman and Emo Kid as the tanks. Alright, looks like on the Bushnell side, as we go into the offense here, they have Okage and Hokage as their supports on Lucio and Moira there. Very interesting. A lot of good damage coming from either team. Ooh, University of Montana has two drop the Reaper. Shadow clones to get out of there. He's getting chased down by the tanks, but alas, he's blasting his shotguns left and right, dropping them here and there. And there goes Sombra, teleporting away just in the nick of time to get on out of there. Very nice, very nice. Here we go, Sombra. She was only at about half health to get out of there. Nice little teleport. Oh, and the D.Va has spotted her. Oh, we'll see what happens here as she goes into the fray, jumping on down, doing some damage. Bohemian's gonna hop it on out of there though. Make sure they get out. We do have our Emo Kid getting taken down, but alas, he's healing back up, doing some damage. Very nice, very nice. Getting in, getting out. Here we're switching on over here to their D.Va. Check it out. A lot of good damage coming from Bushnell College, throwing it down. Reaper is in the back line here. He's targeting the wrong people is what I'm thinking. Looks like another team swipe except for Bohemian, who's keeping it alive. Keeping it alive. Sombra's able to get on out of there. Very interesting. Alright, we're back up, revived. They have 3 ultimates and we only have 1 ready. Bohemian's switched and so is Goobinator. No, Goobinator is always the Reaper. Bohemian has switched off of Sombra to switch over in here. We did have an ultimate coming from Emo Kid. No, we don't. Sorry, it was the other Winston Goldfish throwing down that ultimate. Winston, Emo Kid Winston just got his back up. And we do have the D.Va ultimate and the Moira ultimate as well going on down. Okage getting taken out on Loadman. Very unfortunate. Oof. They had to wear spooky skins for today. Oh, very nice. Rifle so. Gotcha. Alright, we're heading on in, going in strong. We do have an ultimate from Widowmaker to see the entirety of the red team. We do have the little Loadman versus Winston right there as the Goldfish. Taking down a Torbjorn ult did drop right there. Oh, hopping on down, doing a lot of good damage onto the team there, going back and forth. They're trying to capture the point. They're getting contested, trying to get in that percentage. Moira's healing left and right, hopping on down to see some pushes from the D.Vas. Winston's doing some damage on Loadman right there. Very aggressive play on it, is trying to do his best to heal, but alas, Loadman gets taken out of his mech right there, and very unfortunate indeed. Torbjorn gets taken out by the D.Va right there at the end there. Contesting still going down, and there goes Loadman as D.Va very close to getting her mech back up, but alas, the first round goes to Bushnell University. Alrighty. Alright, so this is going to be the second point capture. As always, this is a best 2 out of 3 point system. So we're going to take a look at what's going on for team-wise. Alright, looks like we have Artemus switching on over to Bridget here. Bridget's pretty fun. I like playing Bridget. Alright, and we're off like a herd of turtles. Bringing it on down. We do have Bohemian switching over to Tracer, so that's also interesting play. They're definitely not quiet, that's for sure. Swinging their weapons left and right. Alright, throwing it on down. They are getting close to the point objective here. Coming in from the side. The other team just goes head on in. Loadman is going up with his shield, doing a lot of good resisting. Throwing into the strong, applying that pressure. They're sending it on down. Anna, here's the Tracer, throwing it in. Getting a nice little teleport around and around. Throwing it around. Bringing down. Take out the Lucio and Goldfish as the tank. Bohemian is in the back doing some damage as Reaper comes in from around here as well. And here we see Tracer topping in, taking down. They do capture the point first. Very nice, very nice. I like seeing it. I like seeing it indeed. Alright, we do have their Lucio doing some damage. Torbjorn turret gets thrown down here. Gets taken out really quickly as they are able to apply pressure back on the team, throwing down some damage. Their support, Okage, was taken out. Very nice. I like seeing it. Now he's back in the fray. Winston jumping into the back line here, going in, doing some damage as Torbjorn throws down his ultimate ability. Doing a lot of good damage for the team. Emo Kit was taken out. And Goobinator's looking pretty low as Loadman goes and throws his ultimate down on top of the Lucio and takes out Winston as well. Here we see them take out the Diva from her mech, and now she is just jumping around, trying to do what she can as Torbjorn is on the point. Very unfortunate. Looks like they are going to be able to capture the point back after the team got it to 55%. And there goes Bohemian. Very unfortunate right there. Very unfortunate indeed. Alright, looks like the team is getting ready to go in, but not quite engaging without their head tank right there. Alright, Loadman's going to run on in, throwing down some damage with Emo Kid and Goobinator up in the front line, taking out Winston, Goldfish, and Alexio. Throwing down a lot of good damage. They're back onto the point with the Moira ult from the enemy team right there. A lot of good damage and healing going from that ultimate ability. Throwing down more and more damage. They do capture the point and apply pressure. Oh, it looks like Emo Kid is pretty extended. Alright, he is backing off. Backing off indeed. Very nice, very nice. Here we do see a nice little back and forth. Hopping in down here. These little balls and orbs throwing down from the Zyra. Alright, they are applying pressure. A Winston ult to throw him on out of here. We do see a Diva ult as well, taking out no one, what it looks like. Very nice, very nice. Griz throwing it on down in. They are at 89%. They are on the point, however. Winston is there. Reaper's coming around from the back, throwing down that ultimate ability. Reinhardt throws it into action, bringing it on in. Nerf Herder gets taken out, however, as Emo Kid did throw her ultimate ability. Winston is on the top of the little point right there, and Reaper just doesn't quite see him. He's just going to hold down left click as Reaper just kind of dies. Very unfortunate. They were able to capture the point in that overtime there. Very, very close, very close. Oof. Oh, man. Okay. Throwing it on down. We're going to hop in with a nice little regroup here. They do have Lucio poking them around from the side there. They do have one ultimate ready. Oh, Bohemian was taken. No, Goobinator was taken out really quick. Very unfortunate indeed. Wasn't able to take anyone. Oh, and there goes the Tracer. They're losing the momentum that they had earlier. They need to try to get a comeback from this. It's very unfortunate indeed. Alright, looks like people are coming on back in. They're waiting on Artemus, who got taken out as well. We are going to get it on in, though. Looks like we're going to come around. Emo Kid is setting on up for a little jump into the action. There goes the Moira Dark Ball right there, so that ability is dropped. We'll see what happens here. Throws down some action. Moira ults right there. Bohemian also is getting a lot of good heals as he got stimmed from Nerf Herder. Throwing on down some damage, thrown in left and right. Hopping in the action. They are getting taken out for drop. Almost 5. Tracer does have her ultimate. She just popped it. Oh, very unfortunate. It's now in the overtime, and it looks like Bushnell takes the win for the round 1 officially, and Winston is eating peanut butter on the staircase and in the loading screen. That's a lot of peanut butter. He's like 2 jars on the ground there. Think about talk about I'd call it like peanut butter mouth, like a dry mouth kind of thing. You know, when you get peanut butter and then you go, you know, when your mouth gets all stuck together like it's crazy, you know. It's a little rough.